On to another disturbing story tonight. Religion and tradition and traditional American values, they are under attack from Biden's DOJ. We have new documents now revealed by Congressman Jim Jordan, and they show the FBI sought to develop sources inside of Christian churches and Catholic churches as well, as they put it, to combat domestic terrorism. Make no mistake, this is an assault on religion and Christianity. And tonight, Senator Josh Hawley, he is now calling out the AG Merrick Garland for his lies after he testified that the FBI was not, in fact, sending agents into Catholic churches during a recent exchange on Capitol Hill. Look at this.
Attorney General, are you cultivating sources and spies in Latin Mass parishes and other Catholic parishes around the country?
No, the Justice Department does not do that. It does not do investigations based on religion.
How many informants do you have in Catholic churches across America?
I don't know, and I don't believe we have any informants aimed at Catholic churches. We have a rule against investigations based on First Amendment activity, and Catholic churches are obviously First Amendment activity. But I don't know a specific answer to your question.
You don't know the specifics of anything, it seems.
Senator Josh Hawley is with us now with reaction. Senator, did the Attorney General of the U.S. just lie to you in that exchange? Do we now know that?
Sure looks like it, Sean. Sure looks like it. Listen, he knew at the time that he couldn't answer the question because it looked so bad. He knew that it looked beyond the pale, and it is beyond the pale, Sean, for the FBI to be going into any church in America and trying to spy on Americans. And now we know that's exactly what they were doing. They are infiltrating churches. They are trying to spy on us. They regard churches, apparently, as the enemy, and church-going Americans as akin to terrorists. And yeah, the Attorney General sat right there and told me, no, we don't do that. And now we know they do, in fact, target churches. And they have been. There's got to be accountability for this, Sean. He's got to be called on the carpet. The House needs to call him. The Senate should call him, too, but the Democrats will never do it. There's got to be some accountability, and the targeting of Christians and churches has got to end.
Let me read from your letter to the Attorney General. Let's be clear. Your department has decided to turn Catholic congregations into front organizations for the FBI. And when asked about it, you decided to fudge the truth before Congress. You wrote in that letter, that was early this morning, and you said this is an unconscionable assault on American Catholics, First Amendment rights, and an abdication of your duty to enforce the law without fear or favor. Now, we've been dealing with issues involving whether or not the FBI has been politicized and whether the Biden DOJ has been weaponized. Do you believe not only that he did not tell you the full truth, that, in fact, the opposite happened, that they were involved in recruitment at these churches, number one, and number two, what should be done about it?
Well, number one, yeah, it looks like they were involved in recruitment. Look, all I know is what the House Judiciary Committee turned up, which is actual evidence that the FBI did go, Sean, and cultivate, I think they called it undercover sources at these Catholic parishes, that they stood up a program to try to get into these Catholic churches. And Sean, you and I both know, if they're doing it in Catholic churches, they're doing it in other Christian churches, they're probably doing it in Orthodox communities. It's all over. I mean, you know for a fact that they're not just cherry picking. This is a policy on their part. And we've seen it before, Sean. We've seen them use SWAT teams against pro-life Catholics. We have seen them go after parents who dare to question what they're doing in schools. This is a pattern and practice of this administration to use law enforcement against anybody who questions them, and especially to use it against people of faith.
You know, that to me is particularly troubling. Well, when you look at all of these individual issues, for example, do you think that the Clintons and the Bidens are being treated the same way when it comes to top secret classified information?
Oh, of course not. I mean, look at what Hillary Clinton did, setting up a server in her own home with the deliberate purpose of concealing thousands of emails that were classified. I mean, if we're going to prosecute based on that misdeed, Hillary should have been in jail a long time ago. Bill Clinton, you talk about buying off people. This is a guy who spent money to buy off numerous individuals who had incriminating information against him. Paula Jones, others. I mean, these people have made a career of this stuff. You talk about a double standard. The entire Clinton family ought to be in prison on the basis of these charges now against Donald Trump, which appear to be totally made up to me. It's a totally fake crime nobody's ever heard of before. No, it's a two-tiered system of justice. It's an assault on the rule of law. And whether we're talking about targeting Christians or going after Republicans and conservatives, this administration will do anything to hold on to power. I think that's the message.
All right, Josh Hawley, thank you as always. Appreciate you being with us.